The Abu Sayyaf group's increasing isolation isn't putting off its fighters. Al Jazeera's Margot Ortigas reports from Basilan Island, where she spoke exclusively to Abu Sayyaf gunmen on the run.
These Marines are getting ready for another operation in pursuit of the Abu Sayyaf. They've been after them for months, and their mission is proving successful. At least according to this man. Abu Khalid says he was a mujahideen with the Abu Sayyaf, a religious fighter and a cousin of the group's last remaining commander, Isnilon Hapilon, who has a $5 million bounty on his head.
No one was safe, Christian or Muslim, as long as they wronged us, we decapitated them. But my conscience did bother me, so I am now lying low.
Abu Khalid says the group behind many kidnappings, bombings and beheadings has splintered in the last few years. They're running scared, he says, and he wants out.
I am not afraid of the soldiers or the police because they will just catch me. But if the Abu Sayyaf find out I spoke to you, they will cut my head off.
The Philippine military has killed much of the group's leadership, but that hasn't put an end to the atrocities. Abu Khalid insists it's not always on orders from his cousin. He says younger men are coming in and acting on their own, like 25-year-old Abu Karim, who says he joined the group to rebel against his parents, to prove he was a man. He wouldn't say so on camera, but locals allege Abu Karim was among those that beheaded 10 Marines in July, an act that shocked the nation. Now he too says he wants out, saying it's the constant struggle of a life on the run that's getting him down the most. The people on Basilan Island have had to live with the Abu Sayyaf for nearly 20 years. Here in the center of the capital city, almost everyone has a story to tell of a personal encounter with the Abu Sayyaf, and almost every street corner has had blood spilt on it because of that group. Over 100 people were killed when the Abu Sayyaf bombed this ship. But Abu Khalid says the days of such large-scale attacks are over. They no longer have the ability. He also says the group has stopped receiving funding from abroad, and training of new fighters is moving to other countries in the region.
I feel bad for those we victimized, so I ask forgiveness for what I've done. I have a family now. It's up to God if I die and go to hell. There's nothing more I can do. I am so tired, I don't want to go hungry anymore. I don't want to be tired anymore.
Some Marines are leaving Basilan now as the military is scaling down its troops, believing it has all but defeated the Abu Sayyaf. But to many of the island's younger generation, it is the Abu Sayyaf, not the military, that remains a symbol of bravery. Regardless of leadership, in a culture where guns equal power, Abu Sayyaf's young recruits are waiting for their next mission to prove themselves. For them, that is their only cause. It could just be a matter of time before these troops return. Margot Ortigas, Al Jazeera, Basilan, Southern Philippines.
Powerful blast killed at least 4 people on Thursday and wounded 10 others near a school on the southern island in the Philippines. The improvised bomb went off about 33 feet away from the gate of an elementary school in Jolo, Sulu province. The victims were mostly rickshaw and motorcycle drivers. Officers say they had received reports of bomb threats earlier in the week.
We've been tightening security, and you could see that despite floods yesterday, we established some checkpoints here.
Although no one has claimed responsibility for the attack, the Abu Sayyaf group, a small band of Islamist militants with close ties to al-Qaeda and regional network al-islamiya, operates on the island. U.S.-trained Army commandos launched attacks on another band of Abu Sayyaf militants in nearby Sakol Island on Thursday, tracking down a rebel leader wanted in the United States. The Abu Sayyaf, with an estimated 300 fighters, has been blamed for bombings, kidnappings, and beheadings in the troubled South.
We didn't know where all the bullets were coming from, but we could hear them ricochet all around us.
Saan ba yung sniper? Sa taas ng ano?
Nyug, mga puno ng nyug. Dapalang.
So, nasa line of fire ba tayo?
Oo.
Salukuyan, nagpapaputok yung militar at saka Abu Sayyaf. May mga sniper daw sa mga punong nyug na nagpapaputok papunta rito. Nasa line of fire daw.
We were pinned down beneath a bus stop roof for about 15 minutes.
Kapang tayo, isa-isa.
Bilib, Alvin! Alika na!
Tara, atras tayo.
Puta kayo, may kuha nga tayo, patay naman tayo. Tangin, alis na tayo! Muna!
Wag! Walang tatawid!
Tatawid!
My knees were shaking, but I still managed to cross the line of fire. I took cover behind a wall, together with some soldiers and civilians.
Nandito man ako sa likod ng pader na semento, pero tumatalsik-talsik yung mga shrapnel. Naalala ko, ganun namatay si Willie Vick. Namaan lang ng shrapnel yan. Galing yan sa simba na...
I found out that Abu Sayyaf snipers were positioned in a church tower, near a hospital where the hostages were being kept. Snipers were also atop a water tower and in treetops. The bus stop where we were pinned down was visible from the church tower. The night before, an unsuspecting company of the Army Scout Rangers arriving in a truck were ambushed by the bandits. The Scout Ranger's buddy was killed right next to him.
Itong araw na to? June, mga anak.
In other countries, military authorities would have been careful about risking the safety of civilians, which is why specialized commandos would be sent to rescue hostages. But the tactics of the military here seem to be to keep attacking the bandits' position, in the hope that some hostages would escape in the confusion. This is how a few hostages were able to get out. But even more civilians were hurt, and homes were destroyed. The electricity was shut off in Lamitan, so evacuees waited anxiously in the dark.
Yung bahay namin yung sa harap ng Central School.
Ano nangyari?
Yung natamaan ng rocket launcher ng helicopter kanina. So yung natamaan doon yung kapatid ko dito. Pero nasugatan lang siya doon.
During the fighting, I learned that their newly elected councillor, the retired Army Colonel Fernando Bahit, had died. He sacrificed his life in defense of his town. But not before he shot and killed Yusuf Najal, a leader of the Abu Sayyaf.